Welcome to Buzzer Beater Podcast. I'm Chance, and I'm here with Mr. Brown today.
How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Thanks for having me on. Hey, we had a bunch of different matchups here in the NFL this week. And Chance, I want you to go ahead and give us a start. What are your thoughts on the Dolphins-Bills?
Well, as of right now, the Dolphins hold the playoff spot. They're holding the 6th seed. The Bills have been known to spoil some playoffs, though, especially with their new coach, Rex Ryan. He likes to spoil some other teams' playoff opportunities. And if they beat the Bills, they have a really good shot at making the playoffs this year. And it'll be a tough game, but they have Ryan Tannehill's out for the season, so they have their backup, Matt Moore, playing quarterback. But they have some good receivers, Jarvis Landry, Devontae Parker. They also have a pretty good defense. It's been playing pretty good with Ndamukong Suh and Cameron Wake. So it'll be interesting to see if their defense can stop Tyrod Taylor and the Buffalo Bills offense.
Yeah, the Dolphins have been very fun to watch. They've also kind of been disappointing. I think they need to get a tighter game before they have a real chance. But again, the Bills have nothing to lose. They got to go out there and spoil the party, right? And just try and take down the Dolphins. And I love watching the Dolphins play. Ndamukong Suh is just crazy. And, of course, I'm sure he misses some of his friends in Detroit. But other matchups, we have other spoilers. We're looking at Chiefs-Broncos. What do you got going on there?
Well, the Chiefs, they're in a playoff spot right now, but the Broncos aren't. The Broncos are the Super Bowl defenders from last year, and they're trying to get back into a playoff spot right now. And we know they have a good defense, but I don't know if their offense is going to be enough against that fantastic Chiefs defense to win the game.
The Chiefs are just like every Andy Reid team out there. They have talent. They have everything going for them. And some games they can't put anything together. But in other games, they just seem like everything goes right for them.
They beat the Broncos in the first matchup that they had. So if they can beat the Broncos again this week, then they actually seal a playoff spot, and this will basically eliminate Denver from the playoffs.
Do you think the Broncos' defense can take them all the way that they need to get into the playoffs? Or do you think that their offense, their quarterback shortcomings are going to have to be where they get the biggest gains?
The defense isn't the same as it was last year. They lost some players in their offense with Peyton Manning gone and their starting running back, C.J. Anderson, out for the year. They thought Devontae Booker could do it, but they have a guy that they just signed a couple weeks ago, Justin Forsett, is now he's out touching Devontae Booker. So that's obviously not working out the way they thought it would.
Yeah, moving on, we have the Vikings-Packers. Packers, just like a lot of teams we've seen, an aging quarterback. I mean, you can't really bet against the Packers. Last year in the playoffs, watching Aaron Rodgers throw 2 Hail Mary passes back-to-back to bring the Packers back. Exciting. Packers know what it's like to play good this late in the season, but they're going up against the Vikings. And, again, another spoiler. Vikings are on the hunt to take the playoff hopes of someone else down.
And the Vikings, they have Adrian Peterson back. He was a non-factor last week, but he's been the NFL rushing leader almost every year that he's played. He's a phenomenal player, future Hall of Famer. So if they can get him going, they have a shot at beating the Packers, but you just can't count out Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, the Packers defense, if they just let the Vikings go, Aaron Rodgers is going to have to keep up. He doesn't have the weapons he's had in the past. I don't think he can keep up if they let Adrian Peterson and the Vikings offense go. But if the Vikings cannot get their offense moving, this is definitely Packers' victory.
Yeah, their offense is still pretty good. They have Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball to the likes of Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Devontae Adams. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay offense can just be too much to deal for if you can't get anything going on offense.
Up next, another crazy game, always a good one, even if their playoff hopes aren't even real. But this year they are. Ravens-Steelers.
That's a tough game because whoever wins this game will be in the lead of the division. Right now, it's the Steelers that are leading the division. They have 1 win over the Ravens, but the Ravens, they beat them the first time. So if they win this game, they're leading the division.
Ravens and the Steelers, they really just don't get along. They have to, I mean, like I said, even if one team is not even a playoff team, they bring it. It is probably the game of the week to watch, the Ravens-Steelers matchup. And, of course, the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger is got to be one of the toughest quarterbacks. He leads the league in being able to make plays after making contact with another player. You just can't seem to knock him down. And that's where the Ravens really have to step up. Their defense will come in and knock people down.
And if you're Pittsburgh, you have to be able to get that offense going against Baltimore has a great defense, and they've been able to get it done this year. And that's the key for Pittsburgh to be able to win the game is they have to be able to get that offense going against this tough Ravens defense.
Those are the picks of the week this week. Of course, Oakland and Dallas and the Patriots and the Seahawks have all clinched playoff spots. And we'll see see what happens with them. If they begin to start resting players, they may not be the games to watch this week. But this week, you got my pick. I'm going with the Ravens over the Steelers, the Packers over the Vikings, the Chiefs over the Broncos, and the Dolphins over the Bills.
I'm going to have to go with Dolphins over the Bills, the Chiefs over the Broncos, the Packers over the Vikings, but I'm going to take the Steelers over the Ravens in this one. But
all right.
That's all the
your
time
choice.
that's all the time we have today on Buzzer Beater Podcast. Thanks for watching.
Have a good Christmas break.